Hey guys, welcome back to the Struggleville YouTube channel. You're looking at the Portland Electric Chipper Shredder from Harbor Freight. It says it can hold up to 1.5 inch branches. It's 14 amp. So I thought we'd open it up, throw some branches through it, and see what we get out of this thing. So let's get right to it. With the wheels. Hardware maybe. Instructions. And a little push stick. You can see, let me grab this. So you can see it's got this little guard so you can't stick your fingers in there or whatever. You can see the bigger opening here and then a slot. It comes with the little plastic pushing stick. Jamming things in there, hopefully you don't cut your fingers off. So a little safety feature there. Looks like we got a knob probably to take the top plastic piece off. I'm assuming if it gets jammed up or something. Have a little circuit breaker on that side. And the on-off switch. And there's your motor there at the bottom. And the cord they give you is a nice long 6-incher. Oh, it's probably like 18 inches or something. So let's... Scooter, are you eating shit? Are you a shit eater? Okay, he's not listening. So in our box here, comes with a little bag, 2 screws, 2 washers, a little wrench, an Allen, plastic ring for, I'm not sure what, probably to hold the, oh, nice catch, hold the push stick deal. And then, well, you have to trust me, there's 2 green caps in there, I would assume for the wheels. So let's get this thing assembled. Alright, so we got the base there just put into place. The loop goes towards the front of the machine, the green side, and then you'll see you push it in until those holes line up. Then we'll put the washers and the 2 screws in there. Not to be a jerk or nothing, but to mount the brace on the bottom there, it's 2 Phillips screws. The thing comes with a little wrench, probably something on the inside, maybe to clear out jams or something, I don't know. And it comes with an Allen. I don't know why I need either of these for sure just yet, but I know for sure I need a damn Phillips screwdriver. So why come with these other tools and not the Phillips? Let me go grab one. Alright, so we got the screws in. You see that one there, that one there. And I did notice at the bottom of the box, I didn't see it first, there's that long rod to hold the wheels on. So we found out what the wrench is for. We still don't know what that Allen's for exactly yet. But let's get these wheels on. Alright, we got the wheels on. Just need to add the little green caps to the outside here. They do give you a little flat spot on the rods. You can grab it with some pliers or something to keep it from spinning as you tighten it down. But that's it for assembly, so all we gotta do is plug this sucker in and start throwing some stuff in it and seeing what it does. Alright, so I just picked up a few little sticks out of the yard. You can see I put the pusher off to the side there. I didn't see in the instructions where they expect you to put it, so I'm just sticking it there for now. Got a little pile of sticks, and we thought we'd just see what it does with them. I got it. So there's your 1.5 limit. Alright, so that last one jammed it up, but it really wasn't the thickness of the branch, it was the offshoots. It just couldn't pull it through. But just to show you, this nut is what holds this whole back on, and it goes right there. You can see that little keyway. When I first got it, it wouldn't turn on because this nut wasn't tight enough. As you tighten the nut, that little keyway goes into that right there. So that's like a safety switch, meaning this thing has to be on for it to work. So I just got to dig this branch out of here, and we'll be back in business. Before we get too far, I just wanted to tell you that's a 10-gallon bucket that's underneath there. I thought it'd be easier instead of just going out into the ground to let it fill up a bucket and then spread it wherever I want to go with it. So I guess the main problem is if it has any kind of offshoot at all, it just doesn't have any power to pull it in, and it just gets stuck. Like, it has to be a straight stick, no little twigs coming off, no nothing. And it seems like most of the stuff it handles well is stuff that I would probably just normally run over with my lawnmower anyways. I gotta... Alright, so here's my initial chips. I'm able to get out of this thing, all in that bucket. I really do like the idea of the bucket, then I can just spread it around wherever I want. But to me, the biggest problem is the chute right here. I feel like it needs to be opened up or something. I don't even know if maybe I'll just cut this open to make it wider. I know people are going to say that's not safe or something, but the problem is it's so small right here. If the stick has any little offshoots at all, it just gets hung up right here and it can't go through. So, for instance, like this stick, even if you break off the ends and it leaves just that little nub on either side, it gets hung up on this plastic. And the stick itself is obviously not 1.5 inches, but those little nubs, and when you do get it to jam it past there, the chipper chips it up just fine. It's just getting through there. Also, it says 1.5 inch limit. I would say inch. and sometimes not even that. I guess it depends on the wood you're putting through it, but 1.5 inches is a little aggressive. I don't think it can do that. But for someone with a small yard or just doing light duty, it'll work. I definitely recommend getting the gas one. I've heard a lot of people really like that one. And I have plans for getting it eventually. I just don't have any indoor storage. You can see my shed. I don't think that gas thing's going to fit in there. So that is my current issue. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you give the video a like, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Look at these dogs. Look at them dogs. Hey, buddy, what you doing? You just sitting by the fire? We didn't light it yet. Yeah, you good boy, ain't you? You want to go for a walk? Let's go for a walk now.